The latest in this ongoing investigation as Melodee's other family members gather at her home praying for this missing 9-year-old. I'm Vinny Politan. Thank you for joining us tonight here on Closing Arguments. We have a lot of stories to get to this hour. We'll begin with this missing 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard. Now, we know, you know, we all know about the Constitution. We all have a right to remain silent. You know, when police come calling or a DA is talking to you or anyone else, you don't have to say anything. The Constitution protects your rights. You have the right to remain silent. And when you give up that right, anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. And we see it all the time. Now, we've got a case involving this little girl involving Ashley Buzzard. Ashley is a mom. She is the mother of the missing 9-year-old. And she has been seemingly exercising that right to remain silent and not cooperate with authorities. But she's in a little different position than most ordinary folks because she is a mom. She's the mom of a 9-year-old who seemingly is missing. And she has sole custody of that child, the legal responsibility for that child. And at some point, when a child is missing, there's going to be an investigation. And in this case, CPS has come a knocking on her door, Child Protective Services. So when Protective Services, an arm of the state, of the government, comes knocking because there may be an issue involving the safety and welfare of your child, well, all of a sudden, that right to remain silent, it still exists, but silence can be used against you if, in fact, you are asked to produce that child. If you are ordered to produce that child and you continue to remain silent, now all of a sudden it's a problem for you and could be a problem for Ashley Buzzard, who seemingly is not cooperating with investigators or with CPS in trying to figure out where is Melodee? Where's your 9-year-old girl? That's the question. It's a simple one for most parents. We're going to be talking about Lori Daybell later this hour, but remember, that's how that whole entire investigation began. Where are your children? And then she was served poolside with papers ordering her to produce the children. She didn't, she was arrested. Okay. But where is Melodee is obviously the big question, and it's a question that the family of Melodee's father want answered. Reporter Crystal Bermudez with Scripps News Group in Santa Barbara County, California, has the latest for us tonight.
We pray for Melodee and her safety, Father God. We also pray for Ashley. We lift her up, Father God, and we just ask that you continue to give us answers, Father God.
Melodee's father's side of the family organized the vigil, saying they refuse to give up hope.
If she's listening, we love you. We're here for you. And we just want you to be happy and call me.
While Melodee's father died in a motorcycle crash when she was 6 months old, his mother tells me he's there in spirit.
This is my baby boy. And he's gone, and she was just a baby, but here, I took this picture at the hospital. I walking in, and he said, Mom, wait, Mom. I know your dad is watching you from heaven. I love you, baby.
Horrible.
Family members say the weight of each day without answers is unbearable.
I just can't stop thinking about this, and I hope something good comes out of this.
People across the Lompoc community tell me they felt called to come out.
Melodee, we love you. We care about you. We want you to be safe.
The Santa Barbara County District Attorney's Office confirmed with KSBY News it is consulting with the Sheriff's Office on this case, with authorities saying Melodee's mother has been uncooperative with the investigation. I reached out to a local attorney for insight on options authorities could have.
If that little girl doesn't turn up, they could file charges against the mother, and they could file child endangerment charges, felony child endangerment charges.
Investigators say Melodee's last known whereabouts were during a 3-day road trip to Nebraska with her mother between October 7th and October 10th. That included a stop in Kansas.
If you were to take a direct route there and back, it would not necessarily include the state of Kansas, but the route on the way back did include the state of Kansas.
When her mother returned, authorities say Melodee was not with her. At this time, Melodee's case remains a missing person investigation. Authorities are asking anyone who may have seen her, possibly wearing a wig with a gray hoodie between October 7th and October 10th during that interstate trip, to contact their tip line immediately. In Vandenberg Village, Crystal Bermudez, KSBY News.
And right now I'm joined by Public Information Officer for the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office, Raquel Zick, who's been working around the clock, keeping up with the latest in this case. Raquel, thank you so much for joining us. I know everyone's knocking on your door. Everyone wants your time, so we do appreciate it. I'm interested here, right? So Court TV, people are watching us from coast to coast around the country. And I'm wondering, which states, which cities should we be really reaching out to here, where Melodee could potentially be and where Ashley potentially drove through or stopped with Melodee on that 3-day trip?
So we're generally focusing on, it's a pretty direct route from Lompoc all the way out to Nebraska, but we are making a point to emphasize that on the return trip that she did take what appears to be a bit of a detour down into Kansas and then back up along the regular route to return home. We don't know where along that route Melodee was or is, and that's really our area of focus. So we have 3 days that are our investigative time span, and then for the distance, it is from Lompoc all the way out to Nebraska, down into Kansas and back.
Okay, and the dates, the 7th to the 10th, right? The 7th to the 10th, although I'm thinking if this little girl is still alive, I mean, she could be in one of these areas tonight. So people should not just look back in time, but also pay attention and look for Melodee.
Exactly. That's what we're hoping, is that somebody's going to see this and recognize this young girl. Maybe they will have recognized, you know, a young girl wearing a wig. Maybe that looks like she's trying to shield her appearance or trying to go unnoticed or be unnoticeable or unrecognizable. That's going to probably stand out in somebody's mind when they see a 9-year-old girl kind of behaving in that way. And so we're hoping that that really stands out to people. Kind of looking back to that 3-day period also, people may have, you know, seen the mother-daughter duo as in an out-of-state area with a California plate. That could have stood out in somebody's mind as well. And so piecing together not just that time span, but where Melodee is now is what the Sheriff's Department is working on.
Right. FBI is also involved, but are other local law enforcement agencies involved in as well? People along that route from Lompoc, California, Santa Barbara County, out to Nebraska, down to Kansas and back?
Absolutely. We reached out to the FBI for exactly that reason, because they do have field and area offices, and you know, all of those law enforcement agencies are in contact. So, you know, leveraging our partners at the FBI for that assistance is a step that we took late last week to try to more effectively track down Melodee.
Now, we've covered cases like this before, where parents are not cooperating, not saying anything about their children, and their children are seemingly missing. Is CPS in the loop on that? Are there any judicial orders that have been served on Ashley Buzzard to present and produce Melodee?
So while I can share that we are working, this is a coordinated effort with our county partners at Child Welfare Services, because this is an action that involves a child. Child Welfare Services is not able to release exactly what it is that they're working on. Child's rights are shielded.
Understand that as well. Yeah. What is the last known proof of her being somewhere? Is it this image that we have at the rental car agency that we've been showing everybody?
Yeah, the last verifiable sighting that we have of Melodee is this photo at the rental car location, and it is unfortunately not a very clear picture of what she looks like, which is adding to the challenge. You know, the last really good high quality photo that we have of Melodee is 2 years old, and then the most
That's crazy. The mother didn't have any good photos of her, so there's no recent photo to show. The picture they're showing is when she was like 6 and 7 years old.
Yeah, she was chubby.
Yeah, now she's skinny and taller, and it don't even look like the same kid. I mean, it's some of the same facial features, but definitely looks totally different.
Looks a lot like mother.
Yes.
Melodee, her appearance is altered, so it's really difficult to pinpoint.
What'd you say, Tony?
I was telling Matt, turn the down.
Oh, is he echoing for you? He's not echoing for me.
I hear Tony echoing.
It may be when the video is playing. Sometimes when I share videos, it wants to echo. So we'll let this video play, then we'll take it down, and then we'll discuss it, so that way it don't echo.
Just mute during the video.
Yeah.
All right.
Point exactly what she looks like, and we recognize that we're asking the public to look for a child that is going to be hard to pick out.
Raquel Zick from the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office, thank you so much. And please, if there's any other information you want us to put out, please let us know, and we will do that.
Absolutely. Thank you for sharing this.
All right. Let's bring in our think tank. Joining us tonight, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor Al Wunsch III, criminal defense attorney Darnell Crossland, and family law attorney Jennifer Brandt. Jennifer, I want to start with you because of something that was said here by Raquel, talking about child welfare services and a lot of that stuff, family court stuff, children, it doesn't become public. But what are your thoughts here? Do you think that they are working with a judge perhaps to give an order on Ashley Buzzard to produce Melodee? You know, child welfare is on this case. We've seen them knocking on the door at the house.
100%, Vinny. They should be out there if they're not, and they should be out there requiring the mother to produce this child. But, you know, where were they before? That's my question, because it was about a year that people, you know, didn't see, the relatives didn't see her. Mom had her shielded. No one else seems to have contact with this child. I mean, we have a picture from 2 years ago, which is the last sort of picture other than this rental car video that we have. So, I mean, no one sort of knew where this child was. The mother was acting strangely. It's just unbelievable. You know, children like this, they just sort of slip through the cracks. Now Child Protective Services is on it, but it may be too late. Mom's already been driving through numerous states with this child, so there's a real concern here. We need to act fast and find out what happened to her.
Al?
It's a horrendous situation. And I mean, you sit there and you say to yourself that if my child is missing, there is not enough people I could talk to. There's not enough news agencies I could go on to. There's not enough places that I could spread the word that my child is missing. And she is taking the position that she wants not to talk. And if that doesn't send a signal, because we've seen this all before. I mean, it's not like this is something brand new. It is almost a script of a person who is involved with the horrendous end that is predictable in this circumstance. And this is very, very sad. This child is basically, and as what Jennifer, had alluded to, she's a lost cog in a system where she's been disappeared. She's not around, and no one is springing to her action. No one is trying to figure out where this child is. And for a mother to be sitting there and not helping in trying to find the child, I mean, come on. We all know what that means. It means that this child is not going to be found, and that's the tragedy out of this whole circumstance.
Darnell, let's talk about the right to remain silent and the rights of this child and the rights of the government to jump in and compel this mom to speak. She obviously has the answer to this question.
Yeah, well, that's a twofold analysis. The first part of that is when you're speaking to law enforcement, you have a right to remain silent. And I give the example sometimes when they're trying to search a student's locker at school, the school personnel can do it because they don't have those same rules, but they can't do it at the direction of the police because then now you're violating different Fourth Amendment search and seizure rules. But in terms of the Child Protective Services, they can look for either neglect or abuse, and they try to substantiate one of those. So if you can't tell them where your child is, that's definitely going to be on the neglect side. So they can substantiate neglect because you can't produce where your child is. Your child is missing school. You can't show that they're being fed, clothed, because you don't even know where they are. So that's definitely going to be a neglect, and they can force certain things. Although she has never prosecuted a case in her life, I'm going to have to agree with Jennifer that CPS comes in a little bit too late a lot of times, and we need to start being more preventive of these things and not just coming and playing Monday morning quarterback. Not bad, Jennifer. Good answer.
You know, what's interesting is that just the fact that there are no pictures of this child. Like, go on my phone. My children are like grown up and I still have pictures. And wait until you see the pictures of my granddaughter. I mean, there are just dozens and dozens and dozens each day, each month. There's not a picture of this child for a year. This is the best we can do other than a surveillance video screen grab of her in disguise that is like 2 years after that other photo. To me, that is a sign of a child that is being abused, Jennifer. If there aren't photos, if mom's not taking pictures left and right, everybody's got a cell phone. Everybody's got a cell phone. How do you not take a picture of your child, especially with those beautiful curls that she has?
Yeah, I mean, as Darnell pointed out, it's neglect. I mean, we don't know what physically has been happening to this child, but she's not to be found. And you know, what's really interesting about this case and odd is that, you know, no one else really was saying anything about it because there's no one else around. The mom was homeschooling this child, but there's no one else, the family, dad's family. I mean, you hear them now, they're at the vigil, they're talking about it, but no one really had contact with this child that they could even say she's missing. So mom had all this time to sort of do whatever she wanted to do with this child, and no one's really keeping tabs on her, and this is just what's so sad. I mean, to be able to take off and just, we don't know what she did to this child, but clearly from what the relatives have said, that mom has definitely had some issues and was acting strangely, but it's just unfortunate that no one was there to report it. You know, no one saw her. So, and now we'll I guess ultimately find out if mom will ever speak. Otherwise, I mean, I'm sure there'll be some searches for her to determine what happened to this poor little girl.
I'm looking at this situation and I'm wondering, where did the ball get dropped? Now she cut off communication with everyone. She went to the homeschooling route to cut the child off from the rest of the world. She cut off the father's family. The father tragically died when Melodee was just 6 months old in a motorcycle accident. Al, is there anything that the system could have done here?
Well, you know, I look at the in-laws, and I mean, they obviously had a vested interest in what was going on with this girl. You saw the grandmother, speaking highly of her child and showing pictures of him with the granddaughter. And, why was there nothing done there? Why was there no alert at that point? Why is there no one running to say, you know what, there's something going on here that doesn't make sense to me? And that's not happening. And that's a very, very tragic situation. I mean, this grandmother seems to be pretty, upset about what's going on, but just how upset? I mean, you hit the nail on the head, Vinny, with the fact that, how many grandparents don't have 5,000 pictures of their grandchild? I mean, how many grandparents don't have an active participation with their grandchild? Most of them are yearning to be able to spend time with their grandchildren, especially in a situation where the son is no longer with us.
Yeah, but the problem is the grandparents don't have the legal ability to do that. Florida changed that a little bit. Some states are trying to give grandparents more rights. It's just not there. All right, good news. Tank is staying with us. When we come back, Bianca Ellis, killer Bianca Ellis, Judgment Day today.
All right, now let's shut that so we can discuss it. All right, you with me, Mab? You with me, Tony?
I'm here. I got a question.
Okay, go ahead. I might have an answer.
No, you ain't got an answer, neither do I. But, okay. Not everybody's blind. I am. I have to wear glasses or contacts, but I choose glasses. So I put them in a safe spot where I know where they're going to be, right?
Yeah.
So as soon as I wake up, I grab them and put them on my face.
Yeah.
Automatically. So how the heck wouldn't I know where my kids were? When that's supposed to be the most important thing in your life.
Well, my thing is they're saying she don't know where the kid is, but that may not be true. She may know exactly where the kid's at. She's just not saying where the child's at. Now,
that might be true, but what I'm saying is, no, you know it.
Yeah,
you know.
I believe that this woman believes that this is my thought because the family has been trying to take the little girl. Okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that part.
So yeah, every interview they say that they said they try to get her to leave them with them, and the grandmother wants her, so they've been trying to get this little girl from this mother. And I don't think the mother wants anything to do with them because she's scared they're going to take her child. She's already lost one child to a former husband. She's been married twice. Yeah. And she has another daughter. She has another daughter, and that daughter went to live with its daddy. So I think this woman's scared that these people are trying to take her kid, and she's hid this kid.
Yeah.
Right? She don't want them taking it, so she's took it back to where she formerly used to live.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And she's hid this kid, so she ain't broke no law, so she don't have to tell them jack shit, honestly, until social services say, okay, well, you gotta show us that this child is safe, and then it has to go to court, and then a judge has to order her to produce the child, which hasn't been done yet. Because you have the right to remain silent. You ain't got to tell people shit. It's none of your business where my kid's at, unless you have a reason to be here.
Find a body or something. Yeah.
Well, if you can prove there's some type of abuse, then you can prove that she needs to bring forward her daughter. It's not against the law to hide your kid. It's not against the law to take your kid out of state and leave your kid with somebody. It's not against the law.
So
right?
They're probably having problems with probable cause warrants.
Yeah, because you have to show a reason you believe there's abuse to get these warrants.
Another thing, it's not illegal to fake your own death unless you collect insurance.
I've never heard that.
That might not be true, Tony.
No, that is very true. As long as you don't collect nothing, you can fake your own death.
I had to check into that one. I don't
Google it. Google it right now. Google it right now. I promise.
ChatGPT on that one.
Okay, let me ask. Hold on, I'm going to ask ChatGPT right now. Hold on, we'll hear it out loud. I'll turn it up so y'all can hear it.
Yeah, let's hear it. As long as you don't collect, you're fine.
Okay, let me turn my phone on.
As long as you don't turn into somebody else illegally with a new ID.
Well, I didn't say you could steal somebody's identity.
Yeah.
I said you can fake your own death as long as you don't collect.
Okay, let's ask it. Is it against the law to fake your death?
Absolutely. Let's dive in. I'll keep the full-length version as is for your YouTube description, and I'll craft a shorter
teaser. I said without collecting.
Give me just a moment.
It's trying to write me a description for it. Is it illegal to fake your death? I have a question, AI.
Oh, I see. I see what you did there. You switched things up on me. No problem at all. If you want a description on that topic instead, I can definitely help. So if you're asking about whether it's illegal to fake your own death, the short answer is yes, in most places it is. It generally counts as fraud, especially if you're trying to deceive authorities, avoid debts, or collect insurance money.
See, that's what I said. No collection.
Hold on.
Now Give me more details. If you do not try to collect insurance or defraud anything, is it illegal to fake your death?
Sure, let's dive into that a bit more deeply. So, if you're not trying to commit any kind of fraud, like you're not trying to collect insurance money, dodge debts, or deceive the government out of something, then the legal situation gets a little murkier. In many places, simply faking your own death without any fraudulent intent might not be a crime on its own. But, and this is a pretty big but, you can still run into legal trouble because you'll almost inevitably cause issues for law enforcement, your family, or other officials. For example, if people report you missing and the police start an investigation, you could potentially be charged with wasting law enforcement resources or filing a false report if someone else knowingly helped you. Even if you didn't mean to cause harm, you might end up causing a lot of chaos. So in short, while the act of just pretending to vanish might not be explicitly illegal, if there's no fraud, it's almost always going to lead to some legal headaches. If you need more details or want that turned into a description, just let me know.
Okay.
All right, so you heard that then.
He's
So
right.
technically, if you just vanish and somebody
If it's
else
just you.
reports, yeah,
Yeah.
and you
You're
don't
fine.
report it, you're fine. Yeah, there's no
Yeah.
law that says you can't vanish.
But when you disappear a child, it becomes something else.
Yeah.
That ain't what I was trying to say, man.
No, I know, Tony. I know. But what was her? So she was paranoid already because people were after the custody of the child.
Yeah, and she may have some mental health
It's a mental
issues
illness.
because her family's been saying don't be too hard on her mental illness.
Wait a
And
minute.
that's-
How old is she? The mama.
I'm not quite sure how old
Probably
her
in her
mother
late
is.
30s, 40s.
Yeah, I would say late 30s, early 40s.
Okay.
She's not very old. I mean, her daughter's only 9.
So in my mind, Dolly, you're probably thinking the same thing. She took that child to her old stomping grounds, found an accomplice, and the child is waiting for her to return.
Yes. So technically, she hasn't broke any law.
Right. So the
No,
authorities are perplexed on what to do.
Yeah. That's what I'm thinking. That's why I'm
Yeah.
thinking this child is alive, and why it's so important to share her photos is because she might still be out there.
Seen last 2 weeks ago or something like that.
Yeah, and she appeared clean and healthy. And they're saying it's a disguise, but really the girl's just wearing a wig. But the mama wears a wig too.
Yeah, I guess they were wigging out a lot.
But with all that hair, why would you need a wig?
But what I'm saying is, but maybe because girls play dress up. She just put the wig on. Why? She's not wearing a disguise. She's not wearing a disguise because her face ain't covered. So I mean, she's dressed like a normal kid, but she's wearing a wig, and they're saying that's a disguise. There was no reason to disguise the child at that point because nobody was looking for the child at that point. So why have the kid in a disguise? That don't make any sense. Like court TV's like, it's a disguise. It's a disguise. No, it's a little girl wearing a wig.
Mm-hmm.
So that ain't really a disguise. She's still wearing her regular clothes and just has a wig on.
It's not illegal to wig out.
Wig out. Yeah, and the thing is this is the kid looked clean and healthy when they go to get the car. 3 days later, she's not. So would the mother have just went off, and why would you go so far? Why would you travel 1,500 miles to unalive somebody when you can unalive them where you're at?
Right.
Well, if you would, you'd be stupid.
Did she live in one of these areas?
Yes.
Iowa, Kansas?
Yes. Before she moved to Cali, she did live in one of those areas. Yes, she did.
All right. That makes a lot of sense.
I think it was Iowa that she lived in, and she lived in a part of Iowa or Kansas. I can't remember. It was either one of the two. And she lived
that
there.
crazy place you live in, man.
Yeah,
California.
Everything happens in Cali, right? It's crazy in Cali. Yeah. So yeah, she lived in that area. So they were saying she didn't have many friends, but she may not have many friends in California. That don't mean she didn't have many friends where she came from.
Yeah,
exactly where she come from.
Yeah. So and of course she's a single woman. They said they didn't leave the house much. They stayed inside, but I stay inside all the time, and I talk to plenty of people right here on the internet. How do we know she wasn't talking to people on the internet and said, hey, they're trying to take my daughter. I want to put her somewhere while I get my stuff together, and I'll be there to pick her up. Can you hold on to
the mother have a job?
No, the mother's living off the system at this present point in time. And she had a job, but I guess she lost her job, and she's living off of government assistance, which her assistants don't come into the third. And I'm thinking that's what
about ready to lose that crib.
That's what I was thinking. Is the crib? If she ain't paying her credit card, she's probably not paying her mortgage.
No.
And somebody says she received survivor benefits
from the husband
dying. Yeah, but that I mean, if your husband dies, that don't mean you automatically get survivor benefits, does it?
I think Social Security. There's some Social Security you get.
I thought that would go to the child. The
well,
child
it goes
would get
to the child, but
she gets it because she's the adult. Yeah.
Well, yeah, the mom gets it. Then after the kid turns 18, it goes in their name.
Yeah.
I didn't think you would get it if he was 18. I thought you just got it up until.
No, when you get 18, you get all your dad's benefits. I promise.
Oh, okay. All right. I see what you're saying. If he had, like, if he paid into Social Security and stuff like that.
Well, no. I'm talking about military pensions.
I don't think he was military.
Oh, I don't know.
He looked like he was Hispanic. I mean, that don't mean he couldn't have been military, but I don't think he was military. A child receives survivor benefits. Alex gets his father's benefits. It's $42 in SSI.
That'll go a long way.
See, because I think it's based on what you paid in, like how much taxes you paid over your life. I think it's based off of that.
Yeah, I got mine recently, and it was calculated on your lifetime income, how much you paid in to SSI.
Yeah, they ain't gonna give you more than you paid in.
Hey man, go ahead and give me the number that they gave you, and I'll tell you mine. The number they said they pay you. The number they said they pay you a month.
$2,111, something like that.
Oh Lord, you way higher than me. $17.04.
Holy shit.
Well, man, I probably paid a lot more in taxes than you did, too.
I was always running stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I'm a famous inventor. I sold a lot of my patents.
FAFO says they got $800 a month survivor benefit when I was a kid in East Tennessee. I think it varies by what your father paid in or the person paid into it. Just like your Social Security when you get old is based on what you paid in taxes. So if you made very little and paid in very little, you're going to get very little. If you made a lot and paid in a lot, then they're going to give you a lot.
Yeah, and if you wait until you're older, you get more and more and more because they know your ass is going to die.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So they're like, we'll give you $2,100 at 62, but if you wait till you're 70, we'll give you $3,000.
Yeah, because they know
you're 75. We'll give you $4,000. You get
they
the
know you ain't gonna make
you
it.
live about 6 months later, you're dead.
Yeah. So
exactly. They know you ain't gonna make it.
They know you ain't gonna.
That's why I took mine the second I could.
Yeah, get it while you can, because you don't know. You're not promised tomorrow. Nobody is.
Hold up, man. You might want to get some of the insurance now. You crawl under them trailers a little too much.
I got insurance, $100,000 worth of insurance when I was.
Well, long as it's enough to keep critter teeth alive, it's all
$114 a month I paid for.
Yeah, but what is $100,000 in this world we live in now? That's
not much.
That ain't much.
Zero.
You know,
but I
can remember when you say $100,000, it was a lot of money. $100,000 now ain't shit.
No, it's like 3 pennies.
Yeah,
like 6 years ago, I took all my IRA, and I took all the money out and switched it over to a gold IRA.
Oh, there you go, man.
When it was cheap, right? Now it's like $4,200 an ounce.
No,
I haven't checked the balance.
It went down yesterday. It went down to 41.
I haven't checked it. I don't check that shit.
So you bought into what, gold, you said?
Well, I took everything started crashing.
Take his advice, Dolly, for
in
real.
The IRA.
Gold is where it's at.
In the IRA, where you can put in so much a year for your IRA. And so I took my IRA and converted it to gold and silver. So I still got an IRA. It's just not invested in all their stocks and crap. It's just invested in these specialized coins and gold and silver.
Oh, okay. I got you. I got you.
Gold, or I mean, silver went up to 44.
But the life insurance I got is like a cash thing. Like it's worth like almost $100,000 in cash. You know, that's the cash value. So I could just trade that. I could just cash that out. I'd still have $100,000 worth of
Hold on.
insurance,
Wait a minute.
but I built up extra cash in that insurance policy, so I could take almost $100,000 out and still have $100,000 coverage if I make the $100 payment a month.
Oh, okay.
So you bought gold, and then you
Yeah.
put money on top of it.
No, I just bought the gold and let it ride.
Okay.
Made some money in crypto too.
Oh,
one
okay.
day I made like $40,000 in crypto in one day.
Oh Lord!
So you paid for your grave.
I bought a bunch of crypto back in the day, and I forgot about it. And then I looked it up one day, and I started following it, and all of a sudden, one of them paid. I don't know. I paid like $1 or $2 or whatever, and it was selling at like $145 or some shit.
Oh yeah, I mean, I had some buddies buying the Bitcoin back in the day,
man.
And the dude was telling me, you know, give me your money, I'll invest it in my money, and I'll split it with you. And I was like, man, I ain't got that money. I watched him make $240,000 in a week.
Damn.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he made $240,000 in a week
It's possible.
on a $20,000 investment.
But you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it, and you gotta know what you're doing.
Yeah, I ain't got money to lose like that. So I mean, if you got money to lose like
that,
that,
crypto, you got to be able to say bye to that money if it goes to hell.
Okay, hold on. My producer just walked in.
Hello, PJ.
Muted.
Yeah, I know I was muted.
No, I knew that. That's telling Tony.
Okay, we got a little off topic from a missing little girl to crypto and life insurance and gold and silver.
Oh,
and,
my bad.
Bullion.
At what point do the authorities get a judge to issue some kind of a warrant for her car data, the cell phone, and all of that stuff?
I mean, you would have to have probable cause that a crime has been committed first, right?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I mean, if we run into this problem, every parent in the country could do this that's missing a kid. Oh, I just don't know where they're at. I mean, basically, all it's doing is buying her a little bit of time. But with a missing kid goes, I mean, time is important, you know.
I'm thinking she'll probably get obstruction of justice at some point if she keeps her mouth shut.
Yeah, but then when they arrest you and you lawyer up, then you don't really have to say nothing whatsoever.
No, you don't have to say nothing. You can't get obstruction because you don't have to say nothing.
Right?
What are the laws concerning children and parents and the government?
I mean, don't you have to prove there's some type of, I mean, everybody's saying criminal child neglect, but how do we know the child's being neglected?
We don't.
The child could be with somebody that's taking care of the child.
Yeah.
So
it's nobody else's business.
Yeah. And if she don't want to tell you, she don't want to tell you. I mean, I don't know. I think it's effed up. But I mean, if you look at it from like a legal standpoint, what laws has she broke?
Nothing.
Until a judge forces her, she hasn't broke any law until a judge demands her to show where this kid is at.
So one of these relatives filed a missing persons report.
What was that?
Some relative filed a missing persons report.
And you notice she's having nothing to do with that side of the family.
Yeah.
Because I believe she thinks that side of the family just wants the kid.
And she's already paranoid.
I think so too, though.
She's got a little bit of mental health issues going on. No telling what she did.
Yeah, because the kid didn't look abused. Nobody's ever said the kid showed up with bruises. Nobody's seen the kid abused. Right? There's been no reports of abuse.
She looked happy in that last photo.
At one point, though, they're saying that the little girl did live with the biological family, and that she got the little girl back. So, in order to get the little girl back, she had to do home visits, home studies to make sure she was capable of having the child.
Now, what happened to the first child? How did she lose that one?
That's unclear because we don't know, because juvenile records are
Sealed.
sealed. So we don't know exactly what reason she lost the child, or if she even did lose the child. She could have just gave the child up to the father. The only reason we think the child has been taken is because the aunt on the dad's side said that the child was taken. She told me that it was taken by the CPS. So that's hearsay. We don't actually technically know if the child was ever taken. She could have just said, okay, here's your daughter. I can't take care of her. Good luck. You know what I'm saying? And hand the child over.
Nah, she
So they
wasn't
gave
taken.
her 3 days to produce the child, and
The police told her she had 3
Or we're going to
days.
do what?
I guess arrest you.
They haven't, though.
I know.
This is
I know that
trippy.
too. That's what they told her on Thursday, that she had 3 days to come up with this child, or they were going to arrest her. And I mean, she could always say, well, the child ran away.
Well,
Or
my
You know?
opinion, I
And
think
then-
she's just
and then-
too big for her boots.
I mean, what do we do if they go, okay, where's the child at? Be like, well, I went on a trip and the child ran away. That's no different than like Katie and Chris Proudfoot saying their child ran away.
Right.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. Where is she at? I don't know. She ran away from me.
But if she just doesn't say anything, that's even better for her.
You would think.
Yeah, that's why she's not.
But if you had a missing kid, wouldn't you be talking? That would be the thing too.
Apparently, she's not missing to her.
That's
no,
what
this little girl has got too big for her boots and thought she could handle herself and walked out. I believe.
No, the girl went on a trip with her. The girl
She's
definitely
9
went.
years old, Tony.
Yeah, she definitely went on a trip.
Oh,
with
she's
her.
only 9?
Yeah.
I thought she's like 16.
No, she's 9 years old. I believe this little girl is with a boyfriend or something like that of this woman.
Boyfriend? 9 years old? She ain't got
No,
no
the
boyfriend.
mama's boyfriend. The mama's boyfriend. The mother's a single woman.
Okay.
And she took off. So maybe she was talking to a dude on the internet and they arranged to leave the child there and she was going to, come back, because you notice everything in their house in the garage is packed up in boxes.
I
think it's
did
a
see that.
Childhood friend or something like that.
I did see that.
Or a childhood boyfriend or somebody she may have met online. I don't believe
Wait
this
a
lady
minute, I
was
heard
hurt.
she came to London, Kentucky.
What?
I heard she was in London, Kentucky.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about there, Tony. Which case are you on in these beers?
Oh, no, it ain't got nothing to do with alcohol.
I'm just kidding.
Seriously.
Yeah, I don't think
No,
she's
I
in.
heard she was in London, Kentucky.
No, I don't think she's in Kentucky. I was just in Kentucky.
I
Lives
live in
here.
Kentucky.
Do you?
Yes.
Where was I at? Lexington?
You was in Lexington. I was 45 miles from you.
Was you? You should have come and hung out, Tony.
I was going to, but I ain't got no wheels, man. I drink too much.
Oh, well, you should have said something to me. 45 minutes, I would have came and seen you.
Yeah, you should have. I'm right on I-75, man.
Oh, I had a rental. I had a car while I was there.
Yeah, I'm right on I-75. We could sit here and drink a couple beers.
Couple burrs.
Bars in America.
In America. That's the American way right there.
Matter of fact, my front door says America.
Says America on it?
It don't say America. It says America with the Statue of Liberty under it.
Oh, there you go. So yeah, I like I said, even if they pressure her into saying it and then she says the child ran away, do you arrest her at that point?
On what ground?
You can't arrest her.
That's what I'm saying. It gets weird. It gets into like a gray area because
you can't arrest her. You say, hey, go home. At least we know you're safe.
It's kind of like the Amish, right? They don't, a lot of them times, some of these families way up in the hollers or Amish or whatever, they have kids in their own house.
Oh, you mean
midwife, and they don't register the kid. They don't get no social security numbers or anything like that. They're just a person existing in the world, right?
yeah.
No numbers.
Well, but this kid has a birth certificate.
Yeah.
This kid has a birth certificate and a social security card. So
You
I
ought
mean,
to be able to find out Well, they have to get a warrant for her phone in the car in order to find out where she was and check the right cameras to find
Beta
out what
Rosa
happened.
said, who reported her missing? Nobody reported her missing. The school showed up because she hadn't been seen in school in a year.
Right,
And
I hadn't
then,
been seen in school. Yeah.
but then they called
Homeschool.
the CPS because she was being homeschooled. But even homeschool, you're supposed to show up at the school every now and then, and she
Yeah.
didn't. So
All
the
right.
school reported her missing, but she was last seen on the 10th, and
At the rental
nobody
car place.
at the rental car place with her mother. So nobody's reported her missing technically.
And so what do we have the video of her taking the car back to the rental place with nobody else but her there?
I believe so. That we don't know, but I'm assuming you're right on that they have video footage of her returning the car and this woman not being with them.
Girl.
And I believe they've searched the location and the little girl's not in the house. It is a crime for not reporting a juvenile runaway. Okay. So if she ran away.
This is going to be an interesting one to watch.
Yeah. I mean, if they arrest her and then she says, she's with my friend, then it was just a big.
What if they arrest her and she just keeps to her Fifth Amendment and just never says a word?
That's when you have to prove that she's either. Yeah, that's hard. That's a hard one. I mean, you're right. Where you get into this weird gray area, like if you have no proof the child is deceased.
Or even neglected or anything.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. That's why they need Dolly law. Dolly law would solve all this, right? That's because there's that gray area that is so like
Dolly laws. As soon as the kid's missing, you put the parents in jail until they're cleared.
Yes, absolutely. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's why I would say if you had a Dolly law, it would bridge that gap. Because there's a legal gap in the whole thing, and that's the problem. Is there's no way to force her to tell where the child
freedoms
is at.
We have in America are designed just for that. I mean, she's just exercising her constitutional rights to.
But it's almost like abusing your constitutional rights. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, yeah, I understand there's certain times where your constitutional rights apply, but I don't think this is one of them.
She knows if she opens her mouth, those other side of the family is going to end up with this child.
When it comes to kids, you shouldn't have no right. You have the right to tell us what's going on with that child. That's the right you should have, right? To fucking show us where she's at. Is she okay? I mean, that's the right you should have. I mean, I understand you should have the right to freedom of speech. I ain't against our Constitution, but when it comes to these kids missing, and then you're lawyering up and you're not talking, I don't think that's acceptable.
It's the way the law is, man. What the hell?
I mean, I know, and that's the problem with the law. I mean, it is this woman can go. I ain't saying she did unalive her kid, but there's a possibility that she could have, and now she's sitting there not saying nothing, and there ain't really nothing you can do.
Yeah. That's why I say this is going to be so interesting, because they're going to have to come up with something to try to force her hand.
The judge, if it's ordered by a judge that she produces the child, she has to produce the child. And then it becomes
obstruction.
Then she's obstruction. Then you can arrest her for obstruction, right? But how long does obstruction carry in prison? What if you don't talk at all, and then they got to prove that you murdered this child with no evidence, no witnesses, no nothing,
no circumstantial evidence,
no circumstantial evidence, no nothing. Where do you go from that point? If, like you said, like if she just never talks,
yeah,
like
that would be her smart move. She's smart. She won't say a word.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you would have to presume that the child is dead and then try to convict her on presumption.
Can I stop you guys real quick and ask a question?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. I seen a documentary, a true documentary. This old boy spent 36 years of his life for murder in prison that he did not commit. How'd that happen? How'd that happen?
That happens a
Oh,
lot.
he got released, but how'd that happen?
That happens more than you
How?
think.
I know, but how?
Got the wrong guy, the lineup, the kid identifies the wrong perp, go to jail.
But that's so
Somebody
unfair.
planted evidence, you know.
No, there was nothing planted on him. It was just by pictures. And
Well, I
it wasn't
mean,
him.
there's a lot of people that go to jail wrong that are wrongly convicted. You know.
36 years, Dolly.
Yep.
Yeah.
36 years, innocent.
Like the making of a murderer with the dude. He did 17 years in prison, then got out and murdered somebody.
Yeah. So pissed off.
Well,
yeah, he was
serves him
wrongly
right.
he was wrongly convicted, and then he gets out and he murders somebody.
Well, serves him right.
He probably thought I paid the price already. I
That
should get
guy's the
one
wrong
free
guy,
one.
but I'll show you this time.
Yeah.
Should have got one free one since they already paid for the first one.
And you hear about the
Right.
dude that had a heart attack and died, and he got life in prison, and he had a heart attack and died, and they brought him
Yep.
back, and he
Yep,
was motioning the court to say
he died.
that he served his life sentence because he died.
Right.
Because he died. Yep.
You get out?
I heard about
No,
that.
he didn't get out. No, he didn't. But he
No,
tried.
I'm dead serious. Hey, and there was this one dude that got electrocuted 12 times in a row and couldn't kill him. And electric chair.
Was his name Tesla?
Tesla.
I doubt that, but I mean, I don't remember his name. But yeah, it's something like that.
What's the next case we got going on?
Well, next case, I just wanted to touch in on that one, and it's open discussion tonight. I mean, so you know, we still got Sebastian Rogers missing.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna bring up Summer Wells, man. What do you think on this?
I think that last show you did on this, Dolly, where they got the wrong girl from the drug thing. That makes sense, actually.
I know. If it wasn't a tragic accident, and them people were involved. Don and Candace have been involved with all kind of bad people.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure whatever happened to Summer Wells wasn't from behind a stranger. Because like I said, I've been to that house multiple times. If you didn't know where it was at, you wouldn't find it.
It was behind a rat. Somebody ratted.
We got Short Legs in the back with us. You can cut your camera off, Short Legs.
Hey, did you guys see that video of the divers going down and said they thought
How
they
do I
saw a
do that?
body
Hold on a second.
all that?
All right, hold on. We're gonna let Short Legs cut her camera off.
Hold on.
She might be a little loud too.
Oh my gosh.
You just click on the little camera button. There you go.
There you go.
I got it.
What up, Short Legs?
Am I too loud?
No. Just be a little quiet when you talk. You'll be all right.
Hello, Matt. Hello, Tony. Hello, Dolly
Hey.
Vision.
Got the
Good to
whole
see you
OG
guys again.
We got the whole OG crew up here.
Something I just wanted to say was that criminals always remove their victims from family and friends.
Yes, they do.
It's something they do before they
It's the isolation phase.
make someone go away.
Yeah.
So I just really wanted to say that.
However,
That I feel like, yeah, she was isolating her.
given the family was after the kid for custody, that's understandable that she would back away from that side of the family and just be isolating her from them because she didn't want to lose her after she lost her first daughter.
Yeah, see, I didn't know none of that.
Yeah, but it could also be like a control factor, like where she wants complete control over the child, and
Well, she does. It's her daughter.
She wasn't allow her to play with other children either. She wasn't going outside and playing.
So there was some probably, I don't know if you could call that abuse, but she was shielding the child for her own benefit so that she wouldn't lose the relationship with her child. So it's not right. I don't think, she should have been able to have friends and all that stuff. But because of the situation she was in, she had to isolate the child so that she wouldn't lose the child.
Is there any law out there that says your child has to have friends?
Mm-mm.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when I was a kid, I would stay with my grandma. She had a little, her yard was about 10 foot by 10 foot. I couldn't leave the yard. So I had a 10-foot radius as a kid when I stayed with my grandma. That's it. You could play in a 10-foot area. That was, you walked out that area, you got punished.
Since I was about 7 or 8, it was like, get out of my sight in the morning, and you just had to show up for dinner, and that was it. I could go anywhere in the hell I wanted.
Now, if kids wanted to play in the 10-foot area, then I could play with kids. But if they didn't, I couldn't walk across the street and play with kids. I couldn't go down the street and play with kids. Nothing. And I mean, nothing ever happened to me. I'm still alive. So apparently,
you didn't spend a lot of time with your grandma then, huh?
I tried not to. Not at all. I wasn't a big fan.
I bet.
So I just didn't have no freedom.
Well, at 9, you're going to little friends' birthday parties. You're going to the bowling events. You're going to.
You used to roller skate.
Yeah, roller skating back when we were young.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, of course, I did all that when I was a teenager, but when I was younger than that,
we would play darts.
A little more isolated than that, especially if I was staying when I would come here, stay with my grandma.
Yeah,
because I originally lived in Georgia.
Dolly. Come on now.
I played a lot of card games with my grandma. Both my grandmothers.
Folks.
Yeah. Well, this little girl, there's no telling where she's at. There's no telling where she's at. We don't know if she's in danger. We don't know if she's not in danger. There's just no way to know.
And
does anybody know if she was just locked in her room, or did her mother play games with her or interact with her?
We have no idea.
We have no idea. Yeah, we have no clue. That's what I'm saying. Nobody knows. We don't know if there was abuse or if they were the best, happiest couple ever. If she was a great mom, we don't know. There's no information on it because they stuck to themselves.
What did the neighbors
say? She lost
say?
the older girl because she started getting delusional and she was feeding her rotten food.
How do you know that?
Because I read it.
Jody.
It must be true if you read it on the internet, no?
Hey, Jody, I need to see you real quick in the backstage.
Look it
okay.
Upstairs.
All right. Now you can turn your camera off. You can turn your camera off now. All right.
This ought to be fun. 5 of us.
Yeah.
I'll be the mediator.
All right. Hey, Jody.
Hey.
Hey, Jody.
Hi. I've never done this. Sorry.
Oh, well, welcome to the panel. It's easy. It's just like being on the phone with all of us. It's like a group phone call.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like a phone call.
Well, I don't want to, if somebody was talking, I'm sorry. I don't want
No, Jody, what do you think about this case?
I think.
What do you think the mother was thinking?
I think she's, pardon me, psychotic.
Uh-huh.
I don't think you should. First of all, the Constitution, in my opinion, needs to be amended for a lot of things. You can't just have children willy-nilly that are, you don't know if they're in school, you don't know if they're alive. The family can't see them. I think it's abuse, and I'd strap her to a chair until she talked.
Till she talked.
Yeah, you want to talk about Dolly law? Jody law would be like 10 times Dolly law. I'm tired of people getting away with all this stuff.
It's strange that they didn't interrogate her. To me,
yeah.
In the New Jersey, New York, Pennsylvania area, they would bring you right in and.
Well, if she's not willing to talk at the house and they bring her down to the police station, all they're going to do.
Is legal.
All they're going to do is ask for a lawyer. and then she ain't got to say anything. Then you can't ask her nothing.
Well, she would have to talk with the lawyer there regardless when you're under interrogation.
No, you can talk to the police without a lawyer if you choose to. But as soon as she chooses to ask, says she wants a lawyer, they can't ask her another question. They have to ask them questions to the lawyer.
See, that's what I think is ridiculous. I mean, there's a child that means you can just murder your child.
We don't know that she's murdered.
You can just murder people.
She could.
I'm not saying she was murdered. I'm saying you can just murder people and just say, I don't know. Don't know who they are. It's like Lori Vallow Daybell.
Yeah.
And look how long it took them to arrest Lori Vallow, too.
Yeah.
Remember, she done flew to Hawaii, got married, was living her best life before they arrested her.
Oh, yeah.
So,
it's going to be an interesting one to watch what happens here.
Yeah.
I don't think we're going to be amending the Constitution anytime soon.
I don't think so either,
Well,
man.
it's very sad that she felt her children were such a burden that she.
No, I think she
felt
didn't want to
some
lose
type of
a second
weirdo
child.
relief from not having her children around and dating
but-
a new guy.
What if she just hid the child?
all
What if it's as
speculation.
simple as she hid the child, and then when they get her down there and the judge forces her to say where the child is at, she goes, well, it's with my friend. And then what?
Yeah.
Then you just got to release her because she has the right to leave the child with somebody if she chooses to. It's just like if you leave your child with a babysitter. You know, you have that right.
Nobody that can say you must produce this child.
A judge.
Okay.
Yeah, and they'll have to bring it in front of a judge. And then once they get it in front of a judge and a judge orders you to produce that child, then it's obstruction when you don't. And that's not even that really serious of a charge. And then when they arrest her with obstruction, she's really not going to talk.
Okay, I have one more question and then I'm going to go. When the father was alive, were things normal?
Well, he died in a motorcycle accident when she was 6 months old.
Yeah, 6 months old.
Oh, I didn't know she was only 6 months when he died. Okay.
Yeah. And a lot of people in here, you know, in the chat think she's protecting her daughter. That was my first thought too. I was like, it sounds like all these people, when they were talking about the kid, like they wanted the kid.
Yeah.
Not wanted to help her, but want the kid. If your family member's going through stuff, it's your first instinct to take their kid or help them with their kid.
Wasn't the Melodee placed with somebody?
Yeah,
I believe the grandmother for a little